Hello everyone, and welcome to my New Year's live stream. What a terrible year it's been, and good riddance it's gone. It's going in 3 hours. 3 hours. So yeah. What do we do then? What do we do? What do we do? Well, first off, let's talk about the year. I know I talked about this. I guess you could say in my Makes Awards yesterday, but yeah, I can't just talk about it proper. So, so let's start at the beginning. January was all right. You know, January was all right. You know, a few issues here and there, but that was it. That was it. So we get to I don't know. We get to February, and of course the news is going on about the coronavirus situation. Well, the virus of unspecified origin. Um, so deep down, I was kind of like, okay, we could just simply close the borders and reduce the risk of this spreading and happen. And within a couple of weeks, it's in Britain, and we'll put it into a lockdown. The lockdown was essentially that was it. That was it. The year was lost that moment, right then and there. The year was lost. So we go, for a couple of months, staying in our houses, doing essentially nothing. My connection just went red there, but I'll just keep going. Um, so yeah, we're stuck in a lockdown, and I'd say the lockdown was the only notable thing about the lockdown is everything which happened during the lockdown. Uh, coming out of it. Of course, uh, just Twitter. Twitter this year has been dreadful. Like this year has truly shown just how bad Twitter is. Twitter is terrible, terrible. So Twitter this year has been, like lost in 2019 when I joined. It was all right. It was okay. This year it's been dreadful. I guess it's probably because of the election and just everything going to hell. People's emotions are running high, and yeah, Twitter this year hasn't been that great. So I think this year has taught me that Twitter really does deserve its reputation. And yeah, I think for 2021 I won't be going on Twitter that much. Um, but that's not to say there haven't been good things. For one, I got two championships, two championships. At the end of no, yeah, it's been an okay year in terms of league racing. Okay, so I need the toilet, so I'll be back in a bit. But yeah, there you go. September, we get, yeah, the lockdown, comes out. We get out of lockdown, and then we get back into lockdown. Now we have these tier 4, 1, 2, 3 restrictions and yada yada going into 2021. But I think with 2021, it will get better. I think it's definitely not going to change until March, but I think after March it will get better and normality will resume, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's 2020 wrapped up. So yeah, now I'm going to the toilet. Okay. Okay. So now that we've wrapped up 2020, I've talked about 2020. Let's play some games, eh? Pass the time. We've got 3 hours. So, yeah, let's go and play. I don't know what we should play. Ace Combat? Yeah, some Ace Combat, I guess. Alright. See? With this new laptop, it's a bit. Okay, no, it's not. I think it's installed. I need to put in my wireless. Well, no. What am I saying? Wired. Is that in? I think that's in. Yes, it is. Try again. Really? Let's go with this one then. I think this year, uh, I think in terms of mentally, it has been a step back. I think that is because of Twitter. Like Twitter has just not helped at all this year, and people getting outraged over stuff and constantly. Yeah, it's it's not fun. So yeah, as I said, I'm not going on Twitter much next year. Well, I'm planning on not to. Yeah, it's a real shame that this year was so promising at the start. You know, Coming out of 2019, I was like, yeah. So I was so optimistic, and now it's just oh wow, okay, that was easy. What? What? I just killed three guys in what? Oh god, damn it! They were going for me there. See if they can avoid this. Okay. Yes, they did. Ow! Oh, that's not good. No. I'm just sending missiles at him, just spamming it. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Ah! He's good. Ah. Dang it. Ah! Oh, come on! Ah, I'm not gonna get him. Oh well. Alright. Nope. We'll get that. We'll get the SU. Ow. Oh, everyone's on me here. Ow. How was he able to do that? How was he able to, like, launch it as soon as possible? Nearly there. Oh, there we go. Nope. Ah. Come on. Ah. Ah, there we go. Him. No. No. Ah. it's going to be weird knowing that tomorrow is going to be 2021. You know, so that's the thing with these kind of New Year's Eves. They they definitely it's certainly weird when you wake up and like, oh wait, it's 1st of January 2021. You know. Also, sharpshooter. That's me. Yeah, I think I've won with this plane before, so I've won with a Typhoon before, so yeah, could do good in it. Could do well. Bingo! See, they're going slow. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Okay, change target. That's nope. Didn't hit him. Uh, I'm pulling up. Ah! That's gotta be. Third place, I'll take it. Fireworks already going off. Okay. Okay, let's play something else. Play F1 2020. I just really, really hope next year's like good. I mean, I know we're going to be in this like thing for a while. Okay, let's see what they got. No, it isn't. At least I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's just leagues which we set up which have finished. Uh, ah, I joined. Let's go into this. I just want the new year to just come right now. Can it come right now? I'm sick of waiting. I want it to come now. Um. Oh, at 25% distance. No, let's not go with that. I just want 5-lap races. Uh, we need more teams in Formula One. We desperately need them. Seriously, every time it's qualifying results, every time. Well, we'll do it. Fine. See, these last couple of hours are just the longest. Like, these last couple of hours are always long. Oh yes, it's isn't it? I went too wide there. Been off this game for a while. Easy. But not by much though. So what? What? What is happening? I mean, what's going on? Oh. Okay. Okay. Fine then. See, here's the thing. I can just pit. That's it. That's it. Now I can go to the end. Right, you know what? I'm going to take this time. Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Really? Oh, thank you. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to stay in here for 20 laps. Or not. 15. Oh, thanks, man. Well, this is easy. Ah man, what's the time? 20. Okay, 2 hours left. Nice cut. Whoopsie. Not New Year's. They're having fireworks, even though it's not New Year. It's not the New Year yet. It probably is somewhere in the world, but not right now, or not where I am. Oh dear. What a wild race that was. Final lap. And I don't know what we're going to do. There we go. I think we'll leave it at that with F1 2020. A couple for you with a win. Is it possible to watch some YouTube? Because EFAP's on. Now let's go with EFAP. Let's get this. No, go away. See what these guys are talking about.
And Stephen, who thinks garlic is the answer to everything.
That I don't know, whatever. They kept her a secret. That's the important part. And the lady from the first film who awkwardly is like, Wonder Woman, you gotta put on clothes befitting a lady, is either old or dead at this point. Probably dead, right?
Probably dead, yeah.
Well, at this point, yeah.
It's been like, what, 70 years?
I think the movie's kind of naive in like not having people tell anyone, right?
Yeah, I
I'd
also
say more than
We could have
kinda
some
naive.
rumors that are kind of floating around in the background. Oh yeah, there's rumors of this happening. It's much better if you do it that way, because
Yeah, at the very least, it's like he's gonna be an urban legend, right?
yeah, exactly. Way better than nobody talks.
Herman's like
Thousands of
Yeah.
people kept this secret.
Yeah,
all the people in that town as well.
because social media didn't exist, guys, so people can't tell anyone, right? That's why, right? I mean, it's so dumb, or whatever they were thinking. It's kind of dumb.
I mean, if she's been
It's
saving
not gonna
random
happen.
people,
Oh, no, you're right.
if she's been saving random people in her day-to-day for this long, there's just no way everyone knows nothing. There's just no way.
Yeah, exactly.
But they said that she wouldn't do that in multiple
Well.
films.
But they said
Oh,
she
come
would.
on.
What explanation did that village give in the first movie when
It
they
was
had
an
to,
angel
like,
sent from
rebuild
the Lord above.
the church that she destroyed?
They'll
He also,
just
oh
they'll
yeah,
say it was Randy.
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 Yeah, all the survivors watching her do that. And plus all the people on the in the trenches before she got there, all the soldiers and stuff we saw her, and all the surviving Germans.
Yeah, you think that like one woman getting out of a trench in no man's land and deflecting all the bullets and like with a shield, because they all just keep on targeting her shield instead of like her legs or anything besides the shield. You think that would be talked about quite a bit?
No, I think
No.
They wouldn't want to admit they've been beaten by a woman. Too proud.
Yeah, and Wonder Woman got the picture, so no one talked about it, right? That's the reason, or some shit. I don't.
I'm curious how the Chris Pine character is alive, because I had a very stupidly flawed perception of the sequel where it's like, you know, they're going to the 80s. It's like relative to our present day. It's like, oh, it's a throwback. He's still alive. But then I remembered like, oh, the first movie takes place in the 1910s. So like they're going forward in time where he would still be dead.
Plus the
So I don't know. Right, yeah. So like if he's alive, does that mean like the plane full of weapons or chemicals, whatever the fuck it was, like didn't get blown up?
Oh
or
no, he
destroyed?
fucking died.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
They'll get to that.
Yeah, we're getting there. Don't
Right.
worry.
I have so much to say about that.
I assume that's where the monkey's paw comes in, where it's bringing people back to life somehow.
Well, for now, it's nice and chill. It's just like, look, she's sad that Steve's died. She even went to his ranch, I guess. It's like, meh. We're just reintroducing you to the world of Wonder Woman. What have you missed in the past 60+ years? It's like, yeah, just some stuff. It's fine.
Right.
She's still got the watch he gave her. Which, by the way,
panning photograph shot.
I'm gonna just, just drop it in now. We'll talk about it a little bit later too. She knew him for very little amount of time. And it's been many days since. You might even say it's been many years since. You'd think, yeah, she may have, just how life works, that some other things may have happened, but it's almost as if the events of Wonder Woman took place like a week ago, in order to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Strange. Which is funny because they often forget what happened in their own movie. But hey. And yeah, she even goes to restaurants to just dine with herself alone. Because you know what? Men suck at this point. None can compare to Chris Pine.
Yeah, they kind of
I wish
did.
he knew for a month.
I don't know, honestly, even rewatching the film, I can't remember how long she actually knew Chris Pine for, and I would bet it was very little.
Less than a week.
Less than a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a pretty awesome dude, so I can understand how she doesn't want to love again after losing him, I would be the same way.
But he was the first man that she ever saw. Therefore,
Therefore
what?
that's it. That's it. Therefore.
Therefore, period.
She has a rule. The first man I see, I fall in love.
Yeah. Good meme. Good meme. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna check my notifications and just yeah. Messages here. Oh. Okay. So weird. Right, what's that? Okay. One last thing for Twitter. And that's it for me on Twitter this year. That's it.
What are you laughing at over?
Well, okay. It's just because they like my laughter.
Even in the new year,
That's okay.
Twitter is still having beef, still drama.
Oh, you lie to me. I see.
So, speaking of establishing things, right? Her briefcase clasp thing opens up. All of her papers are on the floor. Classic. Now, this place she's worked out for a week, is it? She's new. I think she's new anyway. But there's two guys walk past her and they're like, loser. Like, oh, you'd think most people in most work scenarios are more like, oh man, let me help you. You know?
Yeah, it was kind of at this point when we were watching it that I was sort of getting the impression that men were shit. A pretty lady like her dropping her stuff like that in front of everybody, and all these men just walk by and like, it's like, come on,
They
how far
look
can
right
you
at her
stretch it?
too.
Yeah, they look right at her. They give her this just condescending, smarmy look. Like, I ain't helping you.
Which is
It's
honestly,
bizarre.
in my experience, this is rare. This just doesn't happen that much in the workplaces I've been in. If someone drops all their shit like that, one of the first things people do is like, "Oh shit, in your hand."
Yes.
Yeah,
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 if there's a guy, they'd be like,
people
"Let
in
me
the
help you,
area
bro."
can see this. Look, there's somebody there that can see them doing this as well.
This reminds me of
I sure
Stranger
hope
Things
someone
again.
wonderful and pure and amazing would come by and help her out, you know?
Well, that's the thing. This is a perfect setup. Who will come to her aid? Who do you guys think it'll be? It's Wonder
Some
Woman.
random guy.
Oh
my God, it's
Oh my goodness, thank goodness you were here to save the day. She
Everyone's-
uses her lasso to get all of the papers together, and the lasso folds them all and then alphabetizes them in order of, well, the alphabet. And then she packs them all into the suitcase, and the lasso closes it and locks it down and resets the combination and then tells her what the new combination is.
Because
Then
it's a
it
really
gives her
good
a
lesson.
Kiss.
It is hard not to look at this scene in the same way that Spider-Man picks up Max's blueprints and hands them to him, and then Max looks at Spider-Man like, "Wow, you're awesome, thank you." It's almost like the exact same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't know if anyone caught or didn't catch it, but on Twitter someone was like, "Stop giving these roles to women and start giving them to men to show men how shitty it is." Like, men have had these roles for ages. The stupid, nerdy, annoying character who then gets given one small break by someone and then becomes a villain. It's like the first thing I went to was Edward Nygma from Batman.
Oh yeah, Edward Nygma. He's a perfect example.
Yeah.
He is this character.
Yep. And then Max is obviously perfect, but Iron Man 3, what the hell was his name?
Aldrich Killian?
Oh, what an... Aldrich Killian. Aldrich Killian. Wow.
Aldrich Killian.
Yikes.
Hey, right, it's a pretty neat villain name, man.
This is also about the time that we start to get into. This movie starts to feel like Ghostbusters, 2016.
I haven't
I was
seen that.
really getting those vibes from watching this.
Is it because of Kristen Wiig?
Because it has kind of like an improv quality to it, like an abundance of improv.
With the way they try to be, I don't know, it's hard to put my finger on it, but with the men are kind of lame and nerdy women, but they're great, and that sort of thing. It was giving me those vibes. I don't know if I could put a specific finger on what it was. Just the whole aura of the movie, especially after the intros. It started to just make me feel like I was watching a Ghostbusters-esque movie.
I actually have that trope for you right now, Rags.
Oh my god.
What trope? The Ghostbusters trope?
What is this? The women are wiser.
Women are wiser.
What was the reference? Just because I think I might have missed it. For this film, I mean.
Well, I mean,
No. What do you mean?
I mean, I was just going off of what you were just saying there, Rags, unless I'm mishearing what you're talking about.
Well, you get the vibes of the way that the characters talk and interact and how they have women behave and how they have men behave. It all sort of just mixes together with this whimsical office.
Oh no.
Office quality to it, office-based quality to it that made me think of Ghostbusters 2016. Someone said,
Like there's too much comedy injected into it, like an artificial level of comedy.
And
Bad comedy.
Someone said earlier that, but Rag, she's nerdy, so not hot. Once she stops being a nerd, she's suddenly hot and everyone likes her. No guys have ever liked klutzy nerdy women, not once, not one time.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like that weird trope. That, oh, she doesn't have glasses anymore, therefore she's hot.
Oh, she's
Right.
hot.
I can't. That's that much like the security camera thing is this thing that I thought we would never do again, but we are. We're still doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
This
Adding
attempt of
glasses.
asserting that reality is just different than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, so no chick would ever go out with her or help her because she's got glasses on.
Because
Very
it's not
strange.
the big, like,
Yeah, they're not
frazzly
touching the
hair,
freak.
'cause she keeps that.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
keeps the shirt. She just takes the glasses off and takes her skirt off, so she's just wearing, what, leggings or something? And
Undies,
everyone's
yeah,
like,
she's
whoa.
wearing
Hey,
Damn.
where,
Who is this person?
where are the tighter clothes?
As long as she's not wearing makeup on her face.
As if no man could possibly tell what kind of body she might be sporting if she's wearing baggy clothes, therefore unattractive. It's like, I don't think that's how
If
that works.
Diana
Okay.
No.
Which she never would because she's amazing. But if she did, then oh yeah, she would. Yeah, all the guys would be helping her because she doesn't have glasses on.
If she put them on.
Is this what Patty Jenkins thinks men think like?
Probably.
You have to wonder.
That
The-
might
You
be
do
the
have to
case.
wonder.
I mean, I just basic human. Oh, right. And she looks at her shoes while we're recording this. Like, wait, that's not going to be the primer for why she becomes Cheetah, right? The leopard print on her shoes. Like, why is that even there? Is it just a foreshadow? I guess.
Oh my god, that's what it is.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah.
This film is way clever than I thought it would be.
That's what I mean. It's embarrassing either way. Like, oh, look at how clever we are. She's got leopard print shoes. You're like, okay. What did you think you were achieving when you did that? I don't know.
Wow, that's terrible.
I mean, you're not saying that that's Barbara that's got the leopard print shoes, right?
No, it's Wonder Woman.
It's Diana.
Right.
Diana.
But the fact that she
I
has
think-
them.
Ooh.
I think
Yeah,
it's related to
inspired to be
this.
her.
I think it's related to this flawed perception of men in the 80s in particular. Like I was going to say earlier, that Stranger Things did the same thing where you had the corporate guys who were such fucking assholes, all of them. I can't remember which season it was, maybe season 3. Where, she's working in the office or whatever, and I think Gary Busey is one of the guys who's working in the building. And they're all, it's like a big boys club where they're constantly like mocking the woman for being a woman. And it's just so cartoonish, right?
I'm gonna call it fair. I'm gonna leave for a while, do some family stuff for New Year's, and then I'll be back in a while after that.
Very well.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
See you around, Mr. Ragu.
Catch you later, Rags.
I'll see y'all in a bit.
How
Too
dare
little
you have a
enjoy
family,
discussing
Rex.
Wonder Woman. It's amazing. I love it. Every second is an adventure. So yeah, until then, see ya.
Happy New Year, Rags.
Happy New
Yeah, you
Year.
too.
Later, Rags.
Happy New Year.
1 hour 30
Happy New
minutes.
Year. Can someone send me that screenshot for research?
What, the leopard print? Shoes? Wait, which screenshot?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I think, because I was like, you can just grab it yourself, you know. Get light shot. Everyone should get light shot. Anyone who does not have light shot should get light shot.
There you go.
That was a promo for light shot. I'm not paid by them.
My
I should be,
savior.
of course.
Always sell out.
What is light shot? I don't know what that is.
So it's it like replaces your print screen, and it lets you. I will demonstrate it right now. So.
Oh no, I've seen you do it where you can crop a section of the monitor, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
cool
that's
though.
what you were doing.
You get a little pen. You get draw straight lines. You get draw arrows. You get draw squares.
Oh.
You get highlights. So if I want to highlight, she's wearing glasses here. So ugly. Make sure we got that. There's even a back because obviously I didn't do that very well. This time I did though. That's much better. And yeah, then different forms of saving, and I can just temporary copy and temporary paste, and it's a super useful tool. I recommend everyone get it.
That's cool.
Speaking of modern art, look at that.
So I guess we're at the point now, because my memory gets a little bit hazy in this part of the film, so anybody with any thoughts you want to share, go right ahead.
Keep an eye on the suitcase in the scene, by the way, because the paper sticking out of it changed from shot to shot.
Well, is that a problem, CJ?
Yes,
How do you know it's not a magic suitcase? Briefcase?
because it's not been established it's a magic suitcase.
You're supposed to pretend that it is.
But in the comics, they have.
In the comics.
No, that means it's fine.
Well,
It's in the
according
comics,
to
so it's accurate.
according to the official merchandise of this movie, the briefcase actually is magical.
Yeah, it shows up in Wonder Woman issue 27. It's canon.
Everything is magical if you believe it is.
Yeah, honestly,
That's the real theme of this movie.
I'm blanking a little bit. It's like they talk and then we basically. I'm just trying to get to the part where they get the monkey's paw, and she manages to read the inscription, which there's something about a wish on there, right? Which prompts them to try wishing with it.
I'm going to take this opportunity to bow out now before this discussion goes any further, because as fun as this is, I've had enough of this movie for one night. It's just,
Wow.
it's just too stupid. I hate this movie so much.
Not even a sixth through it, and you're already dead. Damn.
See, well, this is why I wanted to address the big thing first, because I reckon everyone believing is missing out on the biggest.
Hey, you can.
Whatever you have to say about the big thing, just assume I agree, because I hate the big thing too.
What is your reaction?
Oh, I've already seen this movie. I know it's total dog shit. But yeah, the big thing is bad. But I'll let you guys suffer through it because I've had enough. I need a stiff drink and to regain some faith in humanity.
If an hour passes and you want to talk about it again, we'll probably still be here or whatever. Yeah, it's completely up to you. But thanks for jumping in.
No. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. nice to meet you, whoever I haven't met yet.
Howdy.
You too.
Yeah.
Happy New
Nice
Year.
to see you again. Anybody else?
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year, guys.
Happy
Enjoy
New
this
Year.
train wreck. Bye.
Boy.
The dog.
What a
also
bigot.
left us.
Good riddance.
I'm tired of the hatred. I think it's getting upsetting. Like, oh, it's so bad I had to leave. It's like, that's ridiculous. And
I really do like the idea that he has nowhere to be and nothing to do. He's just sick of this movie.
can't handle this.
So he left.
I mean, honestly, we're not even close to the insanity this movie offers. Like, it's particularly intense. So yeah, they read the inscription, and they both wish for something each. In Barbara's case, she wants to be like Diana, and in Diana's case, she wants Steve Trevor to. I don't think we get the wording right. She's silent when she wishes for it.
Yeah, she doesn't actually make a
It's a telepathic monkey's paw.
Wait, because later, like, people need to say it out loud for sure, right?
Well, that's one of Wonder Woman's powers. She's able to make wishes silently.
Please tell me this wish granting device doesn't just fucking come out of the ether and is not somehow tied to like the DC, like.
Well, it's
like does it originate from the Amazonian world somehow?
It is apparently
The
the
muffin.
gods had
It is a
items
muffin.
of import in the world. The lasso of truth is one of them, and this thing is apparently one of them too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all Voldemort's Horcruxes.
I don't know what this one. Like, I don't know how it works at all. Like, what?
Yeah.
A trickster god
Do you
made
get
it.
one wish? Do you get infinite wishes? Do you have to say the wish out loud? Does the stone decide, like, does it fill in the blanks if you're really vague in your wish? Does it have creative license over your wish? Who knows?
I wish to wish with no repercussions. What about wishing for?
It's still doing fireworks, even though it's not.
Fuck the consequences. Like, I wish for my wish to come with absolutely nothing that I am not happy with. You know, and the thing is like,
Yeah. It
When
initially
you have a really long run-on sentence, is that one wish, or does it like, you know, like I wish for this, comma, and also this is part of that original wish? It's all one thing.
Well, I think there are some people in the movie who do wish for multiple things like that.
Yeah, Cheetah, Barbara does. Barbara Cheetah, whatever her name is.
oh, you're talking about how she wishes not only to be like Diana, but to eventually be really powerful and apex predator?
Yeah, she gets 2 wishes for some reason.
Oh,
But that wasn't a wish.
Granted by the guy.
Yeah, it seemed to be granted by his. So that's the thing about these mechanics that we're going to have to wrestle over as we go through, because they're so strange. It seems when Maxwell is getting wishes done, that he gets to grant his own wish as a result that relates to taking something from the person, almost like a monkey paws.
He gets to delegate a payment that he'll take in response to the wish.
And he uses that to provide Cheetah with her wish.
Yeah, he gives
Wait,
payment
so-
from other wishes.
Which other wish is that payment for?
One of the random wishes that come through.
There were 100,000.
That's so goddamn stupid.
It's all incredibly strange.
it seems like a very lazy plot device on the part of the
Well,
screenwriter
not
as
only
an
that,
excuse to bring back.
We'll talk about it deeper in there, but it's like he had to take something specifically that someone had, like he'll take their health. So I'm wondering, who the hell did he take the cheetah fur thing from to give to Cheetah? Like,
Right.
it was showing he had to take something to give something. If it wasn't a wish, and she gets fur.
Well, he made that wall out of nowhere. I don't think he took a wall from somewhere else. So I think he designed the cheetah suit in his head and gave it to her. I mean, is it a suit or does she become like a hybrid?
No, she
cheetah
becomes
monster?
Yeah,
It's
hybrid
100%
cheetah.
her.
But the thing is, that could have happened if it was a wish for her to become the apex predator. But she doesn't wish for it. She says she wants to be an apex predator, and then Maxwell uses the mechanic of being able to take a payment for a wish to give her the apex predator.
Okay. What if a cat was watching?
And the cat made a wish. That could do it.
Cat made a wish. I mean, if she can make a wish silently without saying a thing, right? Then perhaps the cat was looking at it, going, "Man, I could use a mouse right about now," and it happened, and that's how we got Cheetah out of it.
You got it. I think that's it. A cat made a wish.
I mean, It is as logical as everything else.
Yes.
It lines up real well. So then random dude is like, let me test it. I wish for coffee. And then he's like, lol, it's stupid. And then walks away, and someone's like, hey dude, here's a coffee. And he's like, oh, neat. And he doesn't think twice about what just happened. He's just like, whatever. But obviously our two characters, that's enough to convince them. They're like, shit. And so they're gonna do
It would have been a
it.
really funny, like, rewrite of this movie instead of.
Oh no. Well. Oh dear.
Max Lord stealing
Nope.
it. It's this.
We're back.
It's pretty strong that there has to be a like an actual voicing of a wish or a
Not only that, you're right, but not only that, at one point his son tries to make a wish later, and he's like, "Oh no, stop it!" But like he had already said the wish, he just chooses to not grant it, even though it was said out loud. So.
No, he wasn't touching him then, so they have to touch him. And so when the
But he
son
doesn't
comes
touch
to make a
anyone in
wish,
the last half of the movie. In the last
I
half
know,
of the
that's
movie.
where it
No,
gets
you're wrong. They specifically say the word touch, and that's enough. They say with the technology they have, the touch is involved through particles.
Yes, the
So.
particles are touching him.
Yeah.
So the light.
Look at you
from
trying
the screen is
to nitpick when they were explicit. They explained it fully. Particles and touching. God.
Well, if the light from the screen is enough to touch them, then the light from him in the room is enough to touch him.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it totally doesn't make sense, but that's what they were trying to say, is that the son was about to make a wish, but then he pushed away so he wasn't touching, so the wish
I
didn't
can't believe
stick.
you tried to assassinate the long man.
Yep, and then he was touching him when he says, "I want you to be great as well, Daddy," or something like that. And then that was his wish because the wind blew. He was like, "Oh, well, there."
Which is something we will need to make sure we've made clear to people as we go forward with different things. But when you wish, a wind blows at you.
Yes.
Weird, but you get a little gust of wind. Okay. That will be important for the finale. Because it does mechanically come in. I like anybody who doesn't know this story, hearing that, you'd be like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, you wait. And so, yeah, I think this scene mostly ends, and I think it's just Maxwell Lord ends up donating a portion of money to this group of people's stuff because he wants to get that monkey's paw, right? That's his goal. Does anyone know how he found out about it?
Well, just research. He has papers on it. It's just like he
Said what?
Found out. He got some people did some archaeology some way, and they found out.
Anthropologists don't know it, but he does.
Does this wish granting relic have like a comic book origin in the DC comics?
Apparently Maxwell Lord's powers are not the same as in this film. He's a telepathic person in the comics.
Okay.
I assume that most of this is made up.
Right.
You can't even blame the comics.
Rules make up too, because it's like it's such a like they're basically making him into a genie, which will make a story centered around him a little bit harder to write when factoring in all of these various little rules. And
Right, I'm gonna use this
it
time.
seems like it was a very arbitrary decision to
I'm just gonna have
make their job
EFAP
a
in
lot harder than it
the
could have
background
been.
and.
It feels too built around the idea of bringing back Chris Pine because they killed him off in the first movie. It's like, oh shit, how do we bring him back? Like we shouldn't have killed him.
an actor.
They don't need to bring him
It's
back.
definitely a big role.
They should not have bring him back.
Right.
And yeah, so the watch that he'd given her in the last film starts to wobble. I don't know what they're implying. is the watch? Is he about to reform with the watch on?
Because for some reason the watch simply works when his life essence is back on Earth somewhere.
It's a metaphor, guys.
You're taking it too seriously. I just want to know what they were trying to tell me. That's all. Jeez. So then we have this incredibly poorly written. Oh god, like I miss good dialogue. I really do. If I remember correctly, because we made fun of this in the fucking EFAP movies, it's basically these two are out together. It's like neat. Then it's like, do you come out much? And Diana's like, no. And then she's like, wow, you're really hot though. like that's essentially like how the conversation. You're like, okay, and then they get onto the, like they're trying to get him onto the topic of her talking about how she once fell in love and stuff. It's incredibly clunky. And
do they have a prior relationship, or are they just friends now because she helped her pick up her papers?
I can't remember.
Maybe at best they were like co-worker acquaintances. They'd seen each other around, but this is definitely the closest they've ever been before.
Gal Gadot is really hot.
Right? It was like pity.
We need
She felt bad.
bring back
I was like,
Kid-
sure, I'll go
yeah.
have lunch with you.
Sure, I'll have a drink.
That is
with
pretty
you,
much
kid.
it. That right there. That's what it was.
It's charity, okay? And yeah, kind of just waiting for the scene to end. There's a lot of that in this film. I think a lot of people felt that way. Everything to do with.
Have you ever been in love?
And you guys, have you guys ever like watched a movie and thought the protagonist's plotline could be removed and the film would be better? Because that's how I felt about Wonder Woman 84. If it was just about Maxwell, I feel like this film would have been a lot better.
If it was just Maxwell, this could have been like a 90s sort of like business dad doesn't spend enough time with his kid, and kid wishes he'd spend more time with him, or whatever, you know, that kind of movie.
It's funny because that's like the premise of like Liar Liar, I think, or maybe it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but like a kid wishes that his dad will like stop lying, I guess. 'Cause, yeah. And what's hilarious to me is that in that movie, the kid's name is Max.
Damn. They ripped it off. Kind of. They were inspired, let's just put it that way. But yeah, both the Wonder Woman and...
to call anything about this movie inspired, but...
You know, that's just mean. You just hate... You hate not only women, but probably men too. You're just a big old hater. Because Maxwell's storyline is beautiful in this, okay?
Honestly, it kind of is.
We'll talk a little bit about what... I don't know, Shad, did you feel anything about Maxwell was working for you? Because we thought there was some stuff there.
I mean, I think the actor committed to the role, and it's interesting how over-the-top acting can sometimes sell and then sometimes not work. I think his over-the-top actually sold a bit, where like he made it work, and that was a little surprising. His motivation worked, and I wasn't sure if that was the corruption of the stone working on him or not, where, you know, he wanted to be rich and have all the oil, but when he becomes the stone, he's like wanting to grant everyone's wishes almost uncontrollably. And I was like, is that a...
Yeah, like a desire to grant wishes.
Yeah, it's like, okay, and... Yeah.
You're right, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Especially, remember the one guy who was like, "Oh, I asked for a farm, but I didn't ask for." What could he possibly? Why would he have stopped there at that moment to say, "Hey, you need a farm, don't you?"
Well, the guy wished for a farm. You know, you saw. It seems that he had, as if the stone itself had a innate desire to grant wishes. It transferred to him when he became the stone.
Sure, but I didn't see that. That's the thing.
It was confusing.
You know?
So anyway, Kristen Wiig's heading home, and she's really nice to a hobo guy. That'll pay off later, I guess. When she's mean in front of him, because that's writing. And then she keeps on walking, and unfortunately for her, there is a sexual predator on the loose.
What?
Always, you know, seems to be a sexual predator in movies. Like, just, they're everywhere, aren't they?
And
I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying their representation in film seems to be very unbalanced.
Yeah,
What does she say?
Go ahead.
What does she say to the hobo guy?
I don't know. She gives him food, I think. Yeah.
I'm a nice person.
Okay.
Something like that.
I thought she told him to fuck off or something.
Yeah, this guy gets real touchy-feely real quick. And, of course,
as you do,
looking grim for our hero. What will happen? Then through the power of editing, he's kind of gone, and she nearly falls.
What?
But Wonder Woman catches her. Like, huh? What is happening here? What is going on? And of course, it would seem that Wonder Woman threw him across the room and grabs Barbara. I guess. Across the area. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
We've defeated sexual harassment, I guess, for now. And yeah, and she's like, huh, weird, I don't know. And I don't understand why she would do. Why wouldn't she have just helped her and disappeared so that she wouldn't incriminate herself in terms of like who's this vigilante? Because it's like it's obviously you. But secondly, why not just turn up as you? You don't need to be Wonder Woman. You just be like, hey, stop doing that, and the guy will be like, oh shit, another woman.
I feel like right away the antagonist would have been a lot more interesting if she was portrayed as like a competent, professional, refined employee who like succumbs to like the power of whatever it is that the relic grants her, right? Rather than just being as pathetic as possible to maximize the arc of like, you know, she's this clumsy, you know, just pathetic character who nobody respects to this like supervillain character. Like, I feel like, yeah, that was just unnecessary. I feel like I've seen this character before again and again.
Well, okay, but the thing is that her arc stops halfway through, and then they just completely ignore the rest of it. She disappears for most of the film and then comes back at the end. So, like, there could be an arc there. I actually, and I know that this may be something that sounds controversial in this, but I would have liked to see more of her story. I think that there is a potential character in her. I think that she could have a cool arc where she like goes through all these things, but they don't show that at all. They take the cool sections that could be there, and they just throw them the fuck out, and then focus on the weird shit that's going on in some other storyline.
Despite spending so long with her in this film, it's really bare bones. Like, look at her falling over, look at her having no luck with men, look at her feeling ugly, look at her feeling uncomfortable, look at her getting harassed, and then the reverse happens when she gets her powers. Like, now look at her.
If you start the
People are
Criterion Edition
watching her,
scanners
she moves
tonight
by,
at
now she's pretty,
11:46
I don't know,
and 39
she's
seconds,
really
this dude's
strong.
head will...
It's confusing. It's like, is he okay? Like, I know
What
that
the
what he was
fuck?
doing was wrong, but is he dead? It's like, no, he'll be back later in the film for a really awesome payoff. Can't wait to get there.
Let's not apprehend him or anything like that.
What that guy was doing was really bad, of course. I mean, was he trying to rape her though?
I don't know. This scene is obviously a little ambiguous as to what would have happened had Wonder Woman not gotten there in time. Though, whatever he did up to that point doesn't earn him the death penalty, I assume. So maybe if you could just see if he's okay? I don't know.
Well, she's obviously, I'm going to say that Wonder Woman is all right with sexual harassment because she watched it when the briefcase was knocked over. She just stood there and watched. She didn't stand up to anybody. She's not like making her workplace better.
Well,
she's fine.
The ultimate criticism.
Also, does the scene imply that the guy's also like drunk out of his mind? Not that that's excusing what he's doing, but
maybe yeah. He seems to be constantly drunk. I think this is like his personality. So she just takes off her clothes and then removes. She doesn't remove the glasses yet.
She wishes to be.
She wishes, goes to sleep, wakes up, and now we're at that point.
Yeah.
So
she keeps on her baggy top, but just takes off her skirt, and she's wearing her leggings underneath, and see, now she's attractive.
She's agile and to a degree like lucky now too. It's like oh, things have changed. This archetype, things are getting different. And look at her wearing things that accentuate her body now immediately too. Wow, how life is changing for her thanks to that monkey's paw. It feels so generic, doesn't it? It's like, oh look, guy who used to be mean to her is like, whoa, you're like attractive. Any more boxes to tick, guys?
So shallow.
Baby's first like screen play. Hey,
But like,
look at
it's the
you.
way they do it. It's so bad. It's so
I
bad.
hate this guy. I hate the guy because he had a pop collar. I just don't like pop collars.
There's a scene where he has two pop collars.
Oh, fuck pop.
Oh my god.
I think it comes up later. There's a pink shirt and a white shirt that both have pop collars. I remember that.
The douchiest of all plays the dual.
And then
Pop collar.
then we get Maxwell Lord. He is introduced. And I guess
Here to carry the movie.
yeah, to make sure. Yeah, Pedro Pascal is actually like acting in this film is pretty cool compared to Mandalorian. Like in this, he's doing all kinds of emotions, and he's playing a character with many layers. It was neat to see. He's honestly the main thing that I found entertaining and engaging about this film. And so you immediately get this blast of he's well known, he's rich, he's charismatic, and he's obviously the person that is going to be helping fund them, but his ulterior motive is to get at the monkey's paw. I don't honestly like the scene where they just meet up. That's pretty much that. The only thing to probably highlight is that I don't know that everybody's really happy and paying attention to Barbara now. Kristen Wiig is more popular. How terrifying!
That's beautiful.
And you got suspicious
Also,
eyes from Wonder Woman.
I suppose this is as good a time as any to mention the fact that Max Lord is the best part of this movie, and Steve Trevor being the best part of the original, the first Wonder Woman, means that the best part of the Wonder Woman movies are the men.
Damn.
So there's that. Maybe not the best if you're like trying to go for a female empowerment sort of movie, that the most interesting and compelling characters are the men. But
Also,
you know,
dude, the part where the man has to convince the woman to let him go, like, not that empowering for her.
I'd say that it's only a natural consequence of having much better actors playing the male characters and also giving them like actual material to work with as opposed to what they do with Diana.
Yeah. Well, that's a big part of it. Yeah, if Wonder Woman was as charismatic as Pedro Pascal is in this movie, it'd be a lot better for sure.
Well, hey, she winked. She winked at that one child. Okay.
Did we talk about how Diana just hated this guy for no apparent reason? She just walked in and was like sus on him.
She can tell bad character, you know, like evil people just by looking at them because she's perfect.
And also, the other lady, she was fully into him. They were building chemistry, and then Wonder Woman comes in and basically cuts her off. Like
Are you suggesting that she is a chemistry black hole? What are you? How dare you?
Even in the dialogue, right? They're talking, and then she literally kind of cuts off. Says, shouldn't you get back to work now? Like she's trying to.
You're finally awake. You hit your head pretty hard there. Alex Kurtzman, Palpatine clones, William Shatner refusing to speak to us. What are you talking about? Come on, let's get into the screw of the suit. Oh dear.
That didn't seem too nice.
Max, when he's coming into his building, is like the payoff is going to be what we learn about his monetary state. But it was just funny that like one of his secretaries, it's like, oh no, I just missed you before I could tell you something really important. It's like, couldn't have been that important. You had a really long time to tell him as he was moving through the whole building. But okay. And they do a quick, there's a magazine about the king of crude oil, I guess, and obviously we know that he's supposed to be that, and he's looking really sad. This is way better than what they did with Kristen Wiig already. It's like, wait, you just showed him to be really confident and charismatic, and everyone knows him, yet he's really annoyed and arguably sad in this elevator while looking at a magazine. It's like, I wonder what's going on. He's looking at all these past due bills. Like, I understand now. And then you get the big visual of his offices essentially being cleared out. There's nobody really there, and it's all a mess. Like, it's all
You're telling me he's not just one-dimensional evil corporate guy, that he actually is well-rounded?
That's what I mean. He's it's not too bad. Yeah. And his son is here, which is awkward, and that's what the secretary is trying to tell him, is that this was his weekend or whatever to take care of the son, and he doesn't want the son to see this, obviously, because...
Baby Yoda is there?
Oh, yeah. It's old baby Yoda. But I feel like in a matter of 30 seconds, we've got the premise of this character now. It's all sorted.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they did it really well.
I mean, just compared to the Kristen Wiig one, which is embarrassing, but this one's like, I see, okay.
1 hour to go, boys. 1 hour to go. Let's see what 2020 has. Like, 1 hour. You got 1 hour 2020. Let's see what you got.
Or something like that. He wants his son to think of him as successful. That's neat. We can go places with that. And I think at this point, when we were watching it, we were like, oh shit, this is like a scene. That's interesting.
We had that like We had that we were watching with quiet investment, as you would put it.
And yeah, he's trying to explain to his son that like things are chill, it's fine, stop worrying. But there's a dude in the room, one of his investors, who is tired of his bullshit. And what's interesting at this point is we weren't sure if he was genuine or not, Maxwell, as in like if he was tricking his investors because he knew that the company was a disaster, or if he believed that he really could succeed. And I think at this point, it is that he believes it, and that this ties into that opening scene. You see, he should accept that he's only ever going to make it through evil means, and that his position right now is lost. You know, stop wishing for things to be better, guys. Evil.
Wishes are for liars. The truth will set you free.
And yeah, the investor basically just tells him, "Fuck you." And I think the scene ends with him trying to balance, reassuring his son with anger that everything is falling apart. And again, Pedro Pascal has to act. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. Acting. I mean.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved him in Narcos.
Yeah, he was great in Narcos.
I hear that. Well, I thought he was great in Game of Thrones. I just don't get why.
He was, yeah.
What they did with him in Mando, he doesn't really do anything.
No, he's wasted in Mando. I agree.
Because people say like, he's got the helmet on. It's like, yeah, but he still has a voice. You can do a lot with his voice.
Yeah. He does a lot with his voice in this movie.
I'm just surprised, like,
that's
media
over the top in this movie. And I can get that, but he's
we got 58 minutes left.
So I don't know. There's a weird thing between like obviously he's a little bit cartoonish in the way he not in his character, but like his mannerisms and behavior. He's kind of over the top, but at least it's interesting. At least it's compelling to watch. It's like it's not the same sort of energy, but it's like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
I mean, I can believe this character in the 80s trying to follow that American dream and just not quite getting it and trying to impress. I can believe he's a larger-than-life character, as they call it.
Over the top people do exist where even their expressions are overly exaggerated for effect. Like, this might not be the best example, it's the other one comes to mind. If you have a look at some of the footage of Mussolini and the way he acted and the posed and stuff when he was talking, it's like he's a caricature. It's like, what, he really acted like that? And he really did. Wow. And so there are people who exaggerate their expressions to almost an unrealistic way in the real world. So,
yeah, he's super compelling in this movie. You just kind of like stare at him in silence the whole time. Like, there's all this crazy nonsense happening, but whenever he's on screen, you're like, oh, you just shut up and pay attention. It's great.
Well, we were way more excited to see his scenes than any other character.
Oh, yeah. The role that he's playing in Mandalorian strikes me as a very, like, the most uncompelling role for an actor that you could possibly imagine. Just because, like, he's supposed to be a very, like, monotone, unemotional character. And not only that, but he's constantly wearing a fucking helmet. Like, there's no range. You can't show off at all, like, your acting ability. It's just like, put on the suit, do the action, do the thing. Like, there's just no dimensionality to it.
Also, hi, Rex.
I guess you only take a role like that because it's Star Wars. Yeah, sorry, Rex. Hey,
sort of. No, it's fine. A little bit of a change of plans. It's raining here, and my car's windshield wipers are not working. So
people are gonna start getting into 2021 now.
Things in my life I got to take care of, but that means I can't make this trip. So yeah, here I am. However, fortuitously, we're on my favorite scene in Wonder Woman 84. This is the best one.
I don't think he's being sarcastic, everyone. I think he's being serious.
No, I am. Yeah. I am. I'm being completely 100% in earnest here. Yeah, this is I think the best scene in the film. Though I think it's very closely tied with another scene with these characters in this location that happens later.
Yes.
But this is where we were legitimately became interested and invested in a character and what they cared about.
Talk about confusion in terms of like, oh, I'm ready to just laugh at this film, and this film presents this, and you're like, okay, all right, if that's what we want to do.
Yeah. We were super interested to see where this goes. Unfortunately, they completely squander this idea and concept and characters. But man, For a moment, they had us.
And every time you're interested in Maxwell, cut back to Wonder Woman. You're like, no.
Wonder Woman's shit.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman shouldn't be in this movie.
I feel like she brings Wonder Woman down. And if we can just get rid of the Wonder Woman element, these films will be great. Make it Maxwell 84. That's what we've been calling it.
Because she's just like a personality black hole, and there's nothing you could get from her. It's all just, there's nothing. Her face is constantly blank, her delivery is horrible, and then you have that compared to Maxwell and Pedro acting, and you're like, damn, it's like night and day.
Finally,
I don't give a shit about
nothing bad
Diana and
happened
her
yet.
character, if we could call it that. Man, it's just, she's so shit in her own movie. It is such a shame. They did nothing with her.
So I'm going to do the best I can to explain what happens next, because I get lost myself. So she wants to find the monkey's paw, and she finds the receipt at the bottom of it for it being sold to Max Lord, presumably? Or is this Max Lord provided it?
So I think Max bought it on the black market through the internet, and the black market dealer said, okay, sold to Maxwell Lord, and they were going to get ready to ship it out to him before the robbers came in and stuffed everything up.
Right, and so it's in here, which means this gives Wonder Woman the lead to go to... She goes to a party. Is it at his house?
Well, this is the weird thing, right? So I'm assuming she thinks Max took it because it's not there, but in reality it's in the other lady's office.
Yeah.
So if she just asked around the office a bit more, she would have found it, but she doesn't.
Mm-hmm. And it's really odd. But back to Kristen Wiig. This is the film. It goes Maxwell like, ooh, Wonder Woman. Kristen Wiig. Oh my God, you're in the film. Yeah, okay.
This film is a roller coaster.
The internet was the internet came out like in 1989, I think.
Super hot Kristen Wiig. They removed her glasses and look at the wonders it did.
And there was no internet in the 80s. It was like in 1989.
Oh my God!
Even the
She's
just
wearing something tight.
Exactly. She was doing that the last time we saw her. With her legs, anyway. Like it's. And look at this woman. It's like, whoa.
That was improvisation. Is she even the chick who works here? He's looking in multiple directions at one time. Even she can tell that this chick is smoking. Like I work here.
Can I just say I don't really?
You don't really what?
Is she paranormally influenced at this point?
Can I just say she's not really hot? I'm sorry, I don't find Kristen Wiig hot. I'm sorry. The character, her arc in so many motions.
Is that why?
No, it's because her arc would work if she actually became hot, and she's not hot, so it doesn't really work for me. I'm just putting it out there.
I don't understand.
She took her glasses off
because she didn't become hot, but she was always attractive.
Oh wait, is he saying she's ugly or in general?
I don't find her. No, I just don't find her attractive. So I'm not buying all of this happening.
I mean,
You don't have to find her attractive. If you understand that other people can find her attractive.
Sorry, you got choppy, right, Rags? I'm sorry. Singapore is not helping us right now.
No. Well, but everyone, you could see why people would find her attractive, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do it for me, but I could see that.
Yeah,
I think she's attractive.
If I had, no 3 wishes, but pretty good.
I'm just
Like,
curious
like,
if this
like,
has
like,
anything to do with the relic, or if she's just trying a new outfit out right now.
Well, so there is an element of, does it just make people attracted to her because as part of the thing?
I would assume there's a supernatural allure happening because of the wish.
Right.
That's my take.
Yeah, probably.
So it's just bizarre to watch because you're like, but all she did was take the glasses off, though. And it's like, no.
It's just bizarre. Yeah, if all she needed to do was a makeover, did she really need the relic?
That's the lesson she has to
All
learn.
right.
Well, the relic also influences people to be enamored with her, right?
I think so.
So that's also an element of it.
Yeah, just translate. A lot of things translate weird in this film in terms of just what's happening right now.
Oh yeah, we had a huge misunderstanding about like Diana's powers and everything until like the end.
I don't know. We're probably still at that point.
Oh yeah. Pretending like everything's been made clear.
So yeah, Kristen Wiig and Gal Gadot turn up to this place. This place is also the place in which Kristen Wiig gives up her, or Maxwell gets the monkey's paw. So it's the office still, right?
Yeah.
Or do they leave to go to the office in this scene?
I assume it's like the same building.
Right. It's just
They
a
live
little.
in a large building.
Yeah, it's the Smithsonian, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big place, and there's a lot of buildings in the Smithsonian, and you can walk from one to the other.
Just wanted to make sure because I couldn't tell if she's trying to get to Max to find out if he's got the monkey's paw. That's what Wonder Woman's doing. Meanwhile, Kristen Wiig is just because she's attractive / he wants to get to her office. I can't remember if he finds out.
More like he wants to get into her orifice.
Which one?
Hey, any hole's a goal.
No.
That made me giggle. Yeah.
Including the nose.
I mean,
Nose.
who knows?
Maybe she's in that. Maybe that's what the weird monkey's paw rock power was. Like, I'm gonna take away all of your normal fetishes and give you these fucking weird ones. That's all that's left.
That is a strong name right there. Reduced.
I did suckle. Oh my goodness.
You know, Dick Suckle does a lot of hard work, and I think we should appreciate it.
Yeah, he does work hard. I will say that.
And yeah, so they get close real fast, and through the seduction Maxwell provides, he sneaks the monkey's paw, which is weird because he probably could just get it himself anyway.
Couldn't he just walk out?
I don't know. It's a weird scene because it's just like, why did you do all of this to get it? You could have just gotten it.
Yeah, it was the door.
Also, where did he put it?
In his pocket.
You were talking about the gold rag.
I guess yeah, because they go to her office, and I think they're gonna just do the do, and he sneakily grabs it.
Do the do.
It's the monetizable way of saying they fuck. But they don't actually, or at least I don't know. They're not going to show that on Wonder Woman 84.
When he grabs the thing, so after there's a joke in here somewhere. I'm trying desperately to form it.
Grabs her thing.
Oh. No, with rocks.
Getting their rocks off.
Yeah, I'm trying to work it into the narrative in some seamless way, which I've already clearly abandoned. We're just gonna have to chalk this one up to it wasn't meant to be.
So that's his plot line. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman still not entirely clear of what her goal is. She's sort of just walking around, and then nerdy guy is like, hello. And she's like, ew, I am leagues ahead of you, therefore you're insulting me.
Well, yeah, Diana's an asshole.
Yeah, he's like,
She wasn't the first one too, because like when she first meets Steve Trevor, she's all friendly and smiles, and then when that guy, the guy that's part of their team, I think is he Indian or something? Who was that guy?
Oh
yeah,
the guy
who's like, oh my god, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and she's like, yeah, okay, gross. Like, she's so rude.
Well, I wonder if that's the influence from the writer, which is like, isn't it annoying being an awesome hot woman when guys try to go out with you? It's like,
it must be really tough. What a hard life.
You know, they won't complain when it's a Steve Trevor type though. They'll be like, oh, that's chill, that's cool. Okay. Speaking of, introducing Guy. We have Guy, and it's a little confused at first. Hey, why is this Guy? And he says a thing that's like only something Steve would say. So it's like, what? And
she's addicted to this dude.
Yeah, because she's addicted to everybody. And by the way, her mission is completely stunted by this. She doesn't even continue it, right? She just hangs out with him. Of course, she's missed him.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine. Choosing love over duty. That's the thematic undertone.
Yeah, she's been missing him for 65 years.
So, a little bit strange for anybody watching this, because you're just like, first of all, Steve's back somehow, but he's in this body, question mark, and the camera does a little spin around until,
Some poor innocent guy's body. That's the first thing we need.
So
well, yeah, I'm just getting the shot. There you go.
Yeah. Around.
That is Steve right there. And so for the chat, might be confused. Nobody sees him as Chris Pine.
Oh
we
snap!
do,
Yeah,
'cause,
Adobe
of course,
Adobe
that's making it
Flash will
easier
be
for
gone.
filming, I guess. Everyone sees him as
So you know
the
what?
other guy.
Funk it.
But
What the fuck, really?
But Chris Pine.
Yeah. Really? There we go. Right then. So it seems as though this game will still be going. It will still be going, but as for the Flash version, this is it. Oh no. Ow. There we go. That's much better. Oh! Whoops. That'll be it. There we go. Alright. Let's go to David Lown because he's posted a new video. Fine. Before we do that, I kind of want to give a shout to this guy right here, Zataris. You know, I think in the early part of the year, he was definitely one of the YouTubers who I watched the most, and I think definitely, definitely one of the most, yeah. I think I kind of forgot to include him in my Minx Awards yesterday, so yeah, there you go, Zataris. Okay, so let's look at Alan's video here. It's about 20 minutes, so yeah, 20 minutes to go in 2020.
Need a freelancer? Go to Fiverr.com and find one in second. Or don't go to Fiverr. Waste your time, sir.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final video of 2020, and in very 2020 fashion, got some bad news to talk about. Another passing in the racing industry. Just a couple days ago it was John Paul Jr. and just today the news broke that Aldo Andretti has passed away. If you don't know who Aldo is, he is Mario Andretti's twin brother and also the father of John Andretti, which is kind of a second stab in the heart for obviously the fans of the Andretti family, as well as like I can't even imagine what the Andretti family is going through themselves.
Yeah, it's been a good year for
himself
the
passed away
family
at the beginning of 2020, so kind of bookending the year with tragedy in the Andretti family. Now Aldo unfortunately didn't get to have the racing career that his brother did. That was mainly down to injuries sustained in a crash at Langhorne in the late 60s. But Aldo was always by his brother's side and apparently had a great relationship with Mario, as you kind of hope for as a brother. And one of my favorite stories about Aldo Andretti is, and if you already are subscribed and saw the community tab, you would have already seen this, but when Mario was burned in 1969 in practice and then qualified on the front row with a couple-year-old Bronner Hawk, Mario actually declined to appear in the photos because his face was burned. So because Mario and Aldo are identical twins, he just dressed Aldo up like Mario, and Aldo is actually the one in the pictures, and to me that's like the epitome of brotherly love, even going as far as to stand in for your brother when maybe he's a little self-conscious about his image. And ultimately that turned out to be the one and only Indy 500 win for Mario Andretti. So I just wonder if there was some sort of a fate thing involved there that Aldo had something to do with that, just kind of breaking the curse because he also got in the winning car, the two brothers. My condolences to the Andretti family, sincerely. A terrible year for them. It certainly puts a lot of things into perspective. And that's one thing I want to do in this video. We've really only got one news item to talk about, and it's pretty quick. The rest of it is just going to kind of be talking about 2020, kind of from my perspective, and just kind of sharing some thoughts on this year of years, I guess you could say, because it's very easy, and I definitely have been at that place where this year definitely can, get you down, or having so many things go wrong can really take a toll on somebody. But I do think that the lessons to take away from this year are actually very valuable. So we'll get into that after we talk about the one and only real major news item that came out today, which is
the most human trait is to want to know why.
that Rick Ware Racing, oh my God, I'm talking about them again, has added Austin Dillon to the driver lineup for their LMP2 effort with Eurasia Motorsport. That, of course, is going to be, as we currently stand, the only LMP2 entry from the Ligier chassis manufacturer. And Austin Dillon, of course, as a Daytona 500 winner, adds to the growing list suddenly of true NASCAR talent in the Rolex 24 with Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott and maybe a couple more to come. And certainly it's interesting that Austin Dillon driving for Rick Ware Racing. That's going to be an interesting driver-car combo. And again, one of the ones that we will definitely focus on when we head down to Florida in a couple of weeks to cover both the Roar and the 24. But now I want to take the opportunity to talk about the year 2020. And in a lot of ways, obviously this was a year that was defined by the pandemic. And pretty much
of
everything
unspecified origins.
Post, late March was defined by it. And I was in a very unique position personally. I'm sure as longtime subscribers know, and if you didn't, I was on the ground in St. Petersburg, ready to cover the first IndyCar race of the season. And that's when the shutdowns began. And it was just such a surreal thing to experience. And looking back on it, it was a very fearful time. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you don't know, first of all, you don't know if this virus is going to be something that could kill you, kill all your family. You worry about things like that, especially because there was so much unknown about it, and you don't know how quick it's going to spread. Was this a bioweapon? Just all these sort of things kind of running through your head. When you're kind of on the front lines and so far away from home at that point. And then of course you have the other outside things, which is like, oh my God, what's the world going to be like in a year or two? Am I ever going to be at a racetrack again? Is this just going to completely destroy our way of life? And to be fair, in some ways it has. Hopefully that will only be temporary. But there were a lot of things, and I think everybody has the story from this year, which is so much has gone wrong. I mean, again, when I get thinking about the things that went wrong for me, I do definitely consider those who had it much worse this year. And I'm not saying that I had it great this year, and I don't think many people did. And there were a lot of things, some things I told you guys about, and some things I didn't. But in a lot of ways, I lost a lot of the things that, I feared to lose, I guess you could say, this year. Particularly like between that March and August time period, man. That was rough. I mean, obviously, as I've talked about before, I mean, it may seem silly to somebody who doesn't experience that, but the Indy 500 is like, Christmas for me. It's that important, and it's not just a race. It's to me a family gathering. It's a way to see loved ones. It's a way to congregate with a lot of like-minded individuals and enjoy something. And the fact that got postponed and eventually, run with no fans, I mean, that was tough. And ultimately, I did make the most of it, and spent time with family and watched that race, in the comfort of our living rooms. But just that's just one example of just something that changed. And at the same time, it was this whole thing has been a life lesson. And I guess if I'm taking one positive thing away from this, it is that because so much has gone wrong, at least, again, speaking from personal experience here, it makes you appreciate the position you're in life. I think back to March, and I think back to when the pandemic was beginning, and I'm talking to people on the pit lane and in the media center at St. Pete, and we're just completely unsure of the future. And you get here, and there have been so many stupid things that have happened this year. I think about the fact that YouTube didn't pay me for a whole month for virtually no real good reason, and thankfully they have begun paying me again, which is obviously a major plus. But I'm so thankful, and this is kind of where I'm going to get. I'm thankful for the Patreon supporters, those of you who whether it was 1 month or whether you've gone since the entire year. You guys helped me so much, and it just, even if you're not a Patreon supporter, if you're a subscriber, those of you who watch me, I mean, you really allow me to have such an amazing job and be able to do such amazing things, even in a year like this. And again, so many of the bad things happened to me, and so many other, not just me, but I mean, so many of the bad things that happened, especially between the months of March and August, they really
don't get me started.
It's funny to say it, but it really pissed me off.
Yeah.
It pissed me off, looking in the rearview mirror in a good way. It gave me a lot of motivation, and it forced me to reevaluate a lot of things and say, okay, how can I do this better, or how can I prevent myself from being as vulnerable as maybe I was to a lot of things that happened or potentially could have happened in 2020, and kind of carry that forward into 2021. So from that perspective, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all my friends, those who I have met or strengthened relationships with throughout this year, or those of you who have been, in my life for, as long as, decades. My friends and family, as sometimes they do get on your nerves, of course, and certainly for some of us, we've spent a lot of time together this year. But at the same time, I couldn't imagine, and again, so much of the good things in my life are because of this YouTube channel, and so many of the people I've met who have made, so many of the bad moments this year bearable were met because of this, and because I was able to do this, and because you guys watch, and I'm just thankful for that. I mean, it's just it's an unbelievable opportunity, and I just think back to points in my life where things were, not necessarily globally much worse, but my personal life were much worse than this. And the fact that I do have something where I can, put energy, or, if I'm feeling down, I can make content, I can create something that people enjoy, I can get paid for, and
give me a second,
will
guys.
help me continue to further, my journey in life. And certainly, at least as we stand right now, this is where I want to be. I want to be active in the motorsport community, and I want to continue to help bring this sport to the masses. And I don't know, it's just, again, not to just completely repeat myself, but I think that's really my main point here, is that, and if you are still having trouble with this year, I can't, sit on a, because I am in a very, I guess, privileged position, if you want to use that terminology, but really look at the things that you appreciated before all this happened, and find a way to appreciate the things that you still have, or the things that you're just getting back, or the things that maybe you could pursue or achieve with these restrictions. And I'm not perfect, there's no doubt about it, but that's something I'm really striving to do, and hopefully I can continue in 2021, is just be able to self-motivate and kind of not allow other people to really influence my productivity or my mood, just kind of I guess my whole pursuit in life, particularly why I'm on YouTube, is because it's really important for me to be independent as I can be. So I guess that's something that I'll continue to strive for in 2021, to continue to be as independent as possible, and hopefully continue to provide good content for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this rant or gotten something out of it. I just feel like I just wanted to talk about that for a little while and just kind of be open.
No worries.
And again, I kind of mentioned in the Q&A video yesterday some of my goals for 21. Again, things are going to be things are going to be dumb for a while. There's no doubt about it. But I think we'll get through it, and I think we're going to have good times ahead. And hopefully, in some ways, the content that I produce can hopefully, if not take your mind off things completely, at least remind you that there's some entertainment out there. There's good things coming, and hopefully, this is a place where you can get away as best you can from some of the ugliness of life. Maybe that's too deep, but I don't know. So that is the end of 2020. Good riddance. Hopefully 21 is better, and even if it's not, we're going to make it a damn good year. The forces standing in our way of that, be damned. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in 2021, and subscribe for more motorsport content.
So why should you get yourself an hoodie?
Olay.
Because it's...
Well, there you go.
Hang on. What if my hoodie is accidentally worn by my cousin Stephen, who thinks garlic...
To say.
Well, there you go. I think I'm gonna add something to that. Add my own thoughts. I started this stream talking about Twitter and whatnot, and how it didn't really help during that time. I mean, that time was a very, very stressful time. Things changing pretty much, every week. Whole lockdown situation. It has been a dreadful year. And it's been a very unproductive year. And I'll be perfectly honest here. Looking back at last year, where I was hopeful and optimistic, it's a real shame that it's come to this. It's a real shame that I have taken a step back mentally. I think my mental health has taken a step back. And so I'm kind of back to where I was when 2019 started. I'm back to that point, to where I'm back to square one and trying to, sort things out. But I think, with 2021, sure, I think the first few months will be a bit iffy, but, once the whole, virus thing goes away, we can actually start to get back to living our normal lives, and not living our normal lives, but more so starting to get back to normality properly this time. And yeah, that's something which I really hope for. I really hope for that. With these vaccines as well, there is no way they're going to keep us indoors again for another year. There is no way. There's no way it's happening. So, yeah, for motorsport, of course, it's been cancelled. It's been cancelled for almost half a year. For most of the year, March to August is one of the most productive, times of the year for motorsport. That's when the big races come. The month of May, it was all gone. It just went. It's a real shame. 20 minutes to go of this year. If I'm to say some good things about this year, I've met some new YouTube. I've seen some new YouTubers. You know, Critical Drinker, Mauler, Zataris, those guys. You know, my old, you know, Jimmy Broadbent. You know, doing the Daytona 500 and Daytona 24. It's you know, it's been a tough year, but there's been good in it. You know, no year is completely terrible, but this one's been more. You know, this one's been more bad than others, but you know, it's not to say that there haven't been good things about 2020. You know, race for mental health, I guess. You know, I feel like with 2021, I'm ready for it. You know, yeah. Hopefully, I can push for better content and you know, yeah, just I just want a better year next year. That's all I want. Okay. Almost at 15 minutes now. Not long to go. Yeah.
Wow, man, this is new level for me.
Yeah.
And what I just keep coming back to is it's fucking magic. They didn't have to write it this way.
Nope.
All they could have done
That's
is,
what
I think it would have been really cool if Chris
Do it,
Pine
Chad.
reappears
Do it.
at like the moment of his death, where he's got a 1911 in his hand. He's sitting down. He's aiming backwards. He's got his bomber jacket and everything on, and he just suddenly reappears in front of her. The moment that he died, he's back now, and he's super confused. He's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And everyone around her, they see this happening too, and they're like, "Oh my god, it could have been cool." Instead,
I would have taken that easily over what they're doing here.
Yeah.
Like as none of them, neither makes any fucking sense, but I would take
Well,
that.
we assumed
this is the worst thing they could have done.
Yeah.
we assumed from seeing this that the idea was, this is the drawback. they're going to say, like, you've taken over someone's life, and thus you have to give that life back, and you have to undo the wish. That doesn't come up at all. Just never.
Never.
At all.
Nope. We were waiting for it to, but it never did.
You know, you have to give them a Hello?
About how far are we into the movie at this point?
Oh God, don't even.
50 minutes. So, you know, that's a chunk. That's a good chunk.
Yeah, sort of the way there.
Like ECAP standards.
Yeah, we're, oh my God, we're at 4 hours of stream. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, the pace will pick up, I'm sure. Because
I just want to say one more thing. Like, High Top Films and Brown Table are simping for this movie, and I love the fact that we have this scene that could potentially pressure them into changing their minds eventually.
I think anybody who praises this film wants to walk it back once they hear about this. They're like,
How did it make you feel, guys? How does this make you feel?
Maybe horrified.
Hopeful. I felt so hopeful.
There's hope for film. Film isn't destroyed. Yay.
I didn't think we were that far into the film. So we're almost an hour in.
Yes.
Yeah. And anything about this film is still better paced than its predecessor.
All right, I need to add another thing, right? So it's amazing that the people who made the film didn't pick up on this, but equally amazing, it's that no one else who has watched the film, apart from, I don't know, people looking at it, so many people have completely missed this. They're completely unaware of it. And if anything says about the disregard for, you know, men's rights that they can be abused, I think that says it pretty clearly. Like, there's these other people saying the film is perfect when it has something this big and this terrible in it, and they are oblivious to it.
Well, yeah, imagine if this was like a male-led superhero film, and your male protagonist did this to a woman. Like, holy shit, the backlash would break the internet.
And I feel that there should be as equal backlash to this film because of this. Like, this should be the largest talking point on the internet out of anything regarding this film. This point right here. And I've heard no one address it yet. I can't believe it.
Chris Pine, he is a man, though. So.
Like, the only way that they could retcon this to be, like, somewhat sensible is if handsome guy found his way to the monkey's paw and wished that he could have sex with the Wonder Woman. Like, it's, you know, monkey's paw effect. Like, that could actually work, but
quite a way around.
Yeah.
That would be the thing they take away is he got to have sex with Wonder Woman, but he doesn't remember it.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
I've had a leak of trying, like, how could they canonically fix this, right? Without, like, retconning the whole thing. That's it. That's the only thing that I can come up with.
Just add that in the extended cut.
The thing about the monkey's paw is that the wishes come at the expense of some aspect of the wisher's life, but in this case, it just like some random guy gets fucking his life erased.
Well, no,
because
it's
of Wonder Woman.
That's unrelated.
Well, it's like a double whammy, unfortunately. So The Rock wants Diana's powers, I guess.
Yeah.
So because she wishes to The Rock, and so does. What's her name? Barbara. She also wishes to The Rock. So The Rock just sort of like takes stuff. It takes something back. Whereas Maxwell was taking things that would be useful to him, which was a concept that they butchered, but it's something.
Yeah.
But like, I guess The Rock chose the things it would take from you.
Kind of. What did it take from Barbara? What was her drawback?
Her kindness? It became a
kindness. She's like, we will do everything you want, but you'll be a meaner person. Like, all right, I guess.
All right, well, yeah.
That seems a little bit unfair because it's just changing you as a person.
More than anything else.
Yeah, because with the Wonder Woman one, you think there might be some kind of thematic or mechanical rule that really does make sense that it took her power to give Steve Trevor. It's more just like, yeah, but that's just it does that, and that's what makes it such a hard choice to give him up. Like, oh. Okay. Imagine it, like, I think we went over this in the recording. It was like, you know, imagine it just gave her bad luck from now on, or her clothes never fit right, or she's depressed a bit. Like, instead of like, no, we took all of your Wonder. It doesn't even take her Wonder Woman powers. It takes them like a portion of them.
10 minutes to go, boys.
Yeah.
Very
never
strange.
gone. They just
Okay.
get weaker and weaker, and I guess she's still superhuman, but not as much. She can't just tank her way through every scenario. She can't just hold W and right click and just fucking beat the game, you know?
So
Life is now on very easy instead of extremely easy difficulty.
she's so Maxwell's become the stone, which he got really lucky with how that turned out with his wording. He's like, I wish to be the Muggy's paw, essentially, and that the stone breaks apart. I'd have to check the wording specifically. It's just funny that he didn't himself become a crystally stone thing and just fall over.
Yeah, interesting idea. This was still when we were on board with his whole plan, and it was like, oh, this is interesting, where he becomes, you know, the stone source and all that.
And I like it as a workaround in the same vein as I wish for infinite wishes. It's like, I wish to be the wishing stone. It's like, ooh, that's an interesting idea.
It's honestly like a McMuffin.
So yeah,
What
that's
happens if someone holds his hands and then asks to also be able to grant wishes?
I mean, the idea of Wonder Woman losing her powers because she granted a wish, like,
is the way
I mean, it's stupid, but at the same time kind of interesting.
The stone has to be destroyed rather than just duplicated.
Well, if he becomes something, one of them can't exist. He would double as the thing. It's very.
I get what you mean. Like, you wouldn't expect to, if you're like, I wish to become X, like, well, then X can no longer be X because it can't occupy the same existence. But then again, with the power of the stone's interpretation, much like it does with the wall, it could just be like, yeah, I'll just give you its powers. It doesn't have to destroy the stone.
Yeah, I wish I had your power. Yeah, I wish I had the stone's power.
Kristen
So
Wiig
is the
fixed
stone
that.
back somewhere? Like when he renounced his will, I don't want to get ahead of it, but when he renounced his wish, does the stone reappear somewhere then?
We assume that, actually. Yeah, it should just, in his office, it should just be a wish stone up there, I guess.
And then you could try again.
Yeah, you could just do it all over again. So, talking about Wonder Woman 84's incredible lack of just translation to the audience, we saw this scene where Kristen Wiig breaks open her fridge by accident, and the first thing I thought was just like, she should have figured out that she's really strong ages ago. She's been this for a while now. That's not something you can miss in your day-to-day activities. Picking things up, you will notice, holy shit, I'm fast and strong now. But of course, no.
Say it, Spider-Verse did it better. A lot. Fucking everything does it better.
What we thought the film was telling us with this was that she's gradually getting power, and she's sapping it from Diana. That's what we thought was happening.
That is what I thought as well.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
I don't think that is
It
what
came as a
happened.
shock to us at the end.
Yeah.
When the film was like, no, why did you think that, you idiot?
The thing is that if it were the case, right, then it's not much of a monkey's paw effect on Barbara.
No.
Because it's not affecting her negatively at all. It's just affecting
what did it take from her?
Look at that.
And also,
Look at that. It cuts right to Diana as if to imply, like, where do you think she's getting that power from? It's like, ooh.
yeah.
But no.
But like, you have this thing where she wishes to be like Diana, and then Diana starts losing her power, and so you think that that's a monkey's paw effect in and of itself, because you would think that the monkey's paw effect of Diana's wish to have Steve back is the fact that it's the fact that he's actually in a random dude's body, and there's a sexual harassment on screen there. But like. No, it actually turns out the monkey's paw effect for Diana is she's losing her powers because Steve's there.
We've made it
Apparently
clear.
that's what you're supposed to think, but I don't think any of us, when we were watching it, did any of us pick up the correct interpretation?
No.
Oh, well, as Chat is saying, like, you should have picked up that it's your humanity that was the price. It's just like, what do you, Chat, chill out.
So this also bugs me when people say that people's humanity is only their good traits. Like humans are just wonderful, pure, amazing things, and any bad attribute is not human.
If you were to remove the humanity from a person, they're like, I don't even know what you end up with.
Something different.
It's going to be something very, very different, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hence, grasp that fact, guys.
Well, no, yeah, I was gonna say, like, the point being made is we made fun of this already. It's like, she's mean now, and it's like, no, you don't understand. They took her humanity. It's like, yeah. She's mean now is what the film does.
took away
So
her.
the price that she has to pay for being a super apex mega predator is that she's meaner.
She lost it. Well, this is what I mean, Rags. On the surface, you lose your humanity. You're like, oh my god, what does that entail? It's like, well, you're mean. You're a
You
mean
look
one.
like a Thundercat.
Hence,
fine before she became the cat. That was just the trade to get the Diana powers.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, and here's the other thing: the wish she makes, you know, and the power she gets from it makes her more of a selfish, potentially mean, evil person, right? That's not a monkey's paw.
5 minutes to go. Nearly 6 minutes.
Like all the power
No, 4 minutes.
goes to
What am I
his
saying?
head, his ego, and everything. But his monkey's paw effect is that he's like gonna die if he doesn't keep granting wishes.
Well, yeah, it almost seems like
No, I
just
thought
a
it
logical
was
conclusion.
Would you say that's the humanity of it?
Wait,
The
what
fact
was
that
it?
the power corrupts people?
Yeah, like that. Do you think that that's like the logical conclusion of her suddenly becoming so powerful? Is
So
it
I
going
think
to her head?
I think that works in a meta sense, but because the film never addresses the fact that Wonder Woman raped a guy, I don't know if we could say that's the message the film was making.
which is, by the way,
We're doing a lot of assumptions here.
we'll probably skip that. That's the next scene.
No, the film's so terrible.
We definitely
Yeah.
covered that. I was just gonna say that's the next scene, so we'll probably move past that one. Where it's just, and when this came up, I think all of us were just like, no. Done this, no. It's definitely a Nora moment.
No.
So
It's
I
not
haven't seen the
New
movie,
Year's
obviously I
yet.
can't hear the dialogue
Oh
here,
my
but with the
goodness.
antagonist, Kristen Wiig has wished to be like Diana because she's envious of her confidence or whatever, and the Stone has taken that to mean that she wants her powers, and
Well,
now she has superpowers and she doesn't understand why.
She gets the full package. People are attracted to her. She's very confident. She's agile and she's strong. And yeah, she doesn't.
And she gets the powers.
Yeah, I don't think she knows why she has powers at this point.
You'd think, like, because
That's
isn't one
fucking
woman's
dumb.
powers come from love? Like, I have power of love.
Wonder Woman's powers come through the power of love. No.
Wasn't that in the first movie?
Well, that's how she beats Ares.
She's like, I believe that love can save the world, or something like that. But
That's not where her powers come from.
That's where her powers are coming from now.
What I'm getting at, when she says she wants to be like Diana, it's like, okay, if the Stone was going to be more literal about that, wouldn't that also affect her personality to be more like Diana? And that would make her a better person, not a worse one?
Well, again, Diana rapes a guy, now, so if she's
yes, right.
Diana, that means that
Is it bad? Is it bad that comes up a lot now? It's like, bear in mind, we've got it pinned. She did rape a guy. You're like, all right, yeah, okay, that does.
Yeah, Shad, who makes the protagonist a rapist?
Yeah.
Hey!
By the way,
Okay, for proper plot reasons.
That's true. At least I meant to make my protagonist.
also, one of the only other female metahumans in the DCEU is played by Amber Heard.
Oh no.
Just
Oh, it's a thing now.
Isn't it
One
great?
more in a pattern.
not a whole lot of role models here.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Trying to bring up.
1 minute to go.
Email, guys.
It'll be 1 minute to go now.
So
Wait, not now.
Female empowerment through any means necessary.
then we have an example of a scene that I'm chill with. Just we just cut all of this and the film improves. It's just Kristen Wiig goes to 70s workout and she's like, wow, I'm strong. That is the scene.
1 minute to go, boys.
Didn't we already do this beat with the fridge door?
Yep.
The fridge. You know what? It is a totally redundant scene that establishes nothing about anything, but there it is.
There it is.
They
Yeah.
didn't use the opportunity to have like nice 80s music. They could have done like a Call On Me thing, might have been too on the nose, but they could have had nice 80s music.
It's been a weird, wacky, and crazy year, but this is it.
So that reminds me of the opera music. The montage.
We got
that
through
would've
it.
been
It's been a
nice
tough
if
year.
it was done better.
A lot of stuff has happened, a lot of bad stuff, but we got through it.
But they have
Let's hope for a better year next year.
There's a bunch
Bring
of
on
scenes where they
2021.
have, Chris Pine and
Here we
Wonder
go,
Woman,
boys.
and they're walking around. They go to museums and stuff, and there's a little good aspect of the film where Chris Pine is like amazed by how far
10,
aviation
9,
technology's gone.
8,
You know, he's
7,
like, oh, shit, we've gone around, that's
6,
incredible.
5,
That's good.
coronavirus,
That's nice that they
4,
did that.
3,
That's nice that they put a good
2,
film.
1.
And they have this opera
Bingo!
music playing over the
We
whole
did
thing.
it!
And it's bizarre.
It is 2021!
Instead instead of having that really cool 80s music vibe, you know, because
Like a
80s
sector.
tons of great songs and music, very that would be very, very appropriate and fun to listen to, and it would set the tone well. It's just random opera music. What are
Also,
you doing?
Happy New Year to Britain.
Yay!
Happy
Hooray.
New Year.
Still another 6 hours for me.
You're all really it's
I'll get
nearly
there eventually.
It's nearly 12 o'clock in the nearly noon of the New Year's Day for me.
Onto the music point, like Thor Ragnarok honestly gives a better 80s vibe than this movie does. And Thor Ragnarok is even set in the 80s.
Yeah, well.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god, that's a lot of fireworks.
Oh my goodness! Oh my
We'll
goodness
fight.
me! That's a lot of fireworks going out.
So, no.
Yeah,
Painting
they
the
are
souls
going
of men.
full with it.
So yeah,
Oh,
that
they're
was
gone.
the scene, and they literally just cut to Maxwell's next scene. All the point was Kristen Wiig picking up weights. I think the movie actually forgot that it already did it. I don't know how else to explain it. Just cut the scene, you don't need it. Go. And yeah, so this is Maxwell testing out his powers, I guess. He wants the investor to wish for better things for the company. Sorry if that's really loud.
You get the fireworks.
It's alright.
And of course, the investor would naturally like.
I'm feeling better right now.
I think one of
I'm
the best
feeling a lot better now.
examples of actually having to write in this film.
It's a
where
clean
Maxwell has to
slate.
guide the conversation to what he wants the person to wish for, which is a really interesting element of this whole story. Like Max is doing this for himself, but he has to get people into a position where they'll wish for the thing that he wants them to. It's like, that's cool, you should use that. The rest of the film doesn't do it as much. I think there's the bit with his son, but that's about it. The rest of them are sort of just whatever, wish.
Just on that point, it actually almost inverts it, where he becomes that he doesn't care what they wish for, but then he selects the thing he's going to take arbitrarily to benefit himself. So he doesn't need people to wish for the things he wants. He can actually just take what he wants as the payment for the wish. So that's contradicted.
I think it's way cooler to have just had it the whole time. Every conversation is like a battle where he has to unlock the thing he wants, and sometimes it can backfire, you know?
Totally agree. Yeah.
So it works. He gets what he wants, and then does anyone remember the scene better than I do?
There's
The
some
guy,
fireworks
the
going
FBI
off.
shows up to the place or something.
Yeah, they show up immediately right after he says he gets his wish, right? Or grants that guy's wish and goes, and now I'm going to take all your share.
Well, there we go. I think I'm going to end it right here, folks. Yeah, it has been... Alright guys, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you later today. Or, I don't know. I'm planning on making a video today. Given it's now 2021. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year.